How's it going? Welcome to the shop. Hope you're having a great day. Want to do some work on this heat treat oven. Are you ready? Here we go. Welcome back. So I ended another contest for Knife Makers of America, but I can only show this. I'm not allowed to show the build, but I will be recording it, so after the contest is over, maybe I'll put the footage together. I know I said that last time and then was so salty about taking bad pictures and all that, I never got around to editing the film together. But maybe I'll put this one to show how it turns out. But that's it right there, so it should be a fun build. So as always, shirts like this are available. Amazon links are up above on my website with knives and shirts. Alright, let's get over to the bench and I'll show you the parts we're going to use to make this. Whew. Alright. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll know the setup I got going here. So this is the basic size. I'm going to have to cut these to 6 inches. And then what I use from the bottom, I can make on the top here. Boom. That's what I basically want to get done today. Is get these glued together. And then on the back, I think this actually came out to 16 bricks, but I think I might need one more. So I could keep it like that, but I think since I have to cut these at 6 inches, I'll have a couple inches left over. And I'll just glue these, that way the top will be secure. And then for the back, I think I'm just going to have it lay over like that. And then maybe put KO wool here. I was thinking about buying another brick and cutting it in half, but I don't think I'll have to. I think this should be good enough. So just 2 bricks together is what we're going to do today. Cement these together for the back. I don't want to drop these. These are pretty fragile actually. And then I'm going to take my bandsaw and cut these to 6 inches. So I'll have the bottom done, but we're not going to glue up the bottom. We're just going to draw it out so I can put my lines in. But first, let me show you a few things here. Now, these are the coils I've got in my regular oven. See how small they are? I went to, I think it's called kiln.com or something, and found these. Now these are twice the size, but another thing that's good about these is it's one piece. And the minimum you can stretch them to is I think 110 inches. And the length, the longest length is 200 inches. With those smaller ones, I had to tie 2 together. If you've watched my other heat treating stuff, I'll put it up here where I rebuilt the oven and fixed the oven and all that. I think that's half the problem, that I had to tie 2 of these coils together. These are just A1 Canthal wire. So what I'm going to do is actually clip this here and unwind this. I think these are actually just a little bit thicker, but they're both Canthal wire. Yeah, this is actually a little bit thicker, but I like the all-in-one thing. These I got at Budget Casting, and these I got from, I think it's just called kiln.com or Krager Pottery or whatever. Now on Amazon, I bought this heat wire. Heat wire is what you're going to need to connect the elements to your PID. Let's see. Then I got these ceramic caps. If you watched that other video that I'm talking about, ceramic caps tie together this wire with this heat wire. You don't want them coiled because that causes resistance, and that's where you get your heating from. Now on the same place where I got these, that kiln.com, I got my thermocouple head and the thermocouple, which is in here. It's a 6-inch thermocouple. I haven't even looked at it yet. But you want the ones with the ceramic on them. So you can take this off. And then what happens, I got this on my other oven. So these come up in here, however far. Since there's 2 inches of brick, see, it's only going to have this much. I'll probably even take this one off and just have this hanging through. This comes up. And then you got to get this. I actually got this on Amazon too. These 2 things I got from Amazon. this is the thermocouple wire. So this will tie straight off into your PID. The PID, both my PIDs I got from Auburn. Now this one is a different one than the ramp soak. The one I got on my heat treat oven is the ramp soak, where I can program one, I can program one step to go to the next step and then ramp up to the next step and hold. This one just turns on, and then it has a timer and turns off. So you turn it up, you set it to one temperature, like 1950 or 1550 or whatever temperature you want. You set it to that one temperature, and it goes to that one temperature. Then you can set it to another temperature and so on. So there's no ramping down like in my big oven, where if I'm for the 5160 where I had to anneal it, I brought up to 1500 or 1600 and then brought it down to 1300 over 2 hours. So it ramped down real slowly. You can't do that with this. This is one temperature and then it holds the time. It is a little cheaper, but I figured for this simple build, I'm just going to have it at one temperature at a time. There's no ramping up or ramping down. I got the other oven for that. Then I got some more. There it is. Kruger pottery supply. That's where I got the thermocouple, the elements, which I think I'm going to buy some of these elements and put them in that oven. So I got one continuous thick element to go both sides and down and all that. I think that's more important than all the lanes. So we'll see. I might be rebuilding that one again. But it goes up to 1500 pretty good, so we'll see how this one is. So this is just some cantha wire to make the spikes to hold in the wire to the brick. Another important thing you're going to need, and I got this from Auburn's too, where I got the PID, a solid state relay. And you're going to need some kind of aluminum or something. They sell both of these. This is a heat sink, so if this starts getting hot, it cools off. In fact, I put a fan on my other oven just to make sure all the electronics stay cool. You got your heat wire, your thermocouple wire, your thermocouple, your PID, a switch if you want it to turn on and off your 220 or 110, and that's about it, and your fire bricks. So that's about all you need for this build. The fire bricks are going to be the hardest. You need insulating, soft fire bricks. Do not get the hard ones. The hard ones aren't insulating, they're not easy to cut, they're not easy to work with. They are made for something else. Make sure you get the soft brick. Hit me up in the comments if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. So let me put all this stuff away, and then we'll get on to the refractory part. First I want to cut these all 6 inches, so I'm going to mark them out 6 inches each. Use my square, each one, I'm not going to do a big line. Then my bandsaw has a new blade on it, so I'm going to replace the blade, and then we'll get that all done. So let's get to the B-roll and get this all done. So here it is, ta-da! Now, we just have to glue everything together and it should be pretty good. These I won't need until everything dries from gluing it together. I don't know why I keep saying gluing. I mean, when I refractory cement it all together. Now I want to draw lines here. It's not really important now, but might as well do it before we glue it together. And we're not going to glue this all together. These can go with the walls. All we want to worry about is the top and the back. Now, one thing you'll see here, we have a gap here when I put the top here. So there'll be a gap on the top here, and there's a gap here and here. For the back, what I think I'm going to do is I got that kale wool. So I'll put the sides in the back and I'll put refractory cement. I'll refractory cement it all together and seal up all the things with the kale wool. But on the front, it looks like I'm going to need another brick. So I guess this is a 17 brick build. Now I could wait and buy another one and cut it like that. And, you know, put a piece here like that. But I think we're good. That's how we're going to have to do it. The back is going to be kale wool, and I need another brick for the front. This is a 17 brick build, but for the front we're going to have to cut one in half. You know, cut it in half. Say we got it here. Cut one and a half for here and cut half for here. Or half will go here and half will go here on the front. But we'll get to that down the line. Now I'm just getting all this other stuff out of the way because I'm going to want to put these two together, these three together. Just like that. I guess I should have put some wax paper or something down before I did all this, but let me get it now. Alright, I'm not worried side to side too much because that's going to hang over. Might as well put the cut side out. I don't care how it looks on the outside. Now any holes like this, you're going to fill in with refractory cement. Or you can put it on top, either way. See, this one was leaning a little bit. I don't know if you saw what I did there, but this one was leaning a little bit. As long as they meet up, because we're going to put refractory in between these too. We'll probably do one this way, then flip it that way, you know, stack it. So it'll be odd, even, or however you want to explain it, but so as long as they match up, we're good. Ta-da! Alright. So I'll see you in about a second, I guess it is. For you. To me it'll be tomorrow because I gotta wait for all these things to dry. Tomorrow what we'll do is mark them all out, drill them out and all that, and see how it fits and slap it all together. Don't want this drying up. So I think I'm going to cut it there for now. So the next video we'll get it into making the lanes out and putting in the elements and getting it all put together, and then we'll get on to wiring. I don't know if it's going to be 2 more videos or 1. Stay tuned, we'll get this whole thing built. Like if you like, dislike it if you dislike it. Let me know in the comments if you have any ideas. My website's up here for Amazon links, knives, and shirts. I really appreciate the support. Thanks for watching, and as always, take it easy. Alright, I think I'm going to cut it there. Alright, I got a knife to build. I entered another knife. One of these elements to put them in that oven. So I can have one continuous thick element. So I can have one continuous